Greetings, one and all. It is I, Greyfall, here once again for another episode of Fallout New Vegas. When last we left off, we'd gone and met Sunny Smiles, who taught us how to use a gun, help us hunt some. Well, we then helped her hunt some geckos down. Then got shown how to make healing powder, and came back, had a chat with Trudy, the proprietor of the Prospector Saloon, fixed her radio. Found out the people we're after were probably heading to the New Vegas Strip, and gave us an idea as to the best route to take. We'd also, as we came in, found that a gentleman by the name of Ringo, who appears to be residing within this old gas station, is being hunted by a group called the Powder Gangers, a bunch of ex-convicts who are being tasked with building a railway, unfortunately being given access to a lot of explosive products. Meant that they managed to free themselves. So what we're going to do is see what we can do to try and help Ringo get these guys off his back. So, yeah, I did that already.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
Hey, Ringo, it's me, George. Right, I'm none of any if that's what you're asking.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
Do you know a man that's name called Joe Cobb looking for you?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
Why are they out to get you?
My caravan was on the return trip from California and heading back to the company branch in New Vegas when we got jumped. Not even a drop your weapons and hands up before the bullets started flying. We put up a good fight, but there was too many of them. I took a few of the bandits down before I ran, so I figure their friends are out for revenge.
That's entirely fair. And what are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Well, maybe I can help.
We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
It's a good plan. We'll see what we can do. I'll ask around and see what I can round up.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
And with that conversation out of the way, I'm gonna start looting. Just a single round. Okay. Some water, iguana and a stick, and Instamash. More sarsaparilla. More sarsaparilla. Ooh, a doctor's bag. There's yeast, but I don't generally do a lot of cooking in that regard. There's boxing times for melee, which I don't really use. Ooh. Damn, that weighs a lot. Take one of those. Take the whiskey, because alcohol does have its benefits. Ah, a bobby pin. Which would be useful for opening a safe. Ooh, what's he got in here? It has a range of ammo. Camera, which I'm not too fussed on. Case for Magnum, energy cells, fission battery, Radex, which is definitely going to be useful. Stim pack, yes. Yeah, that'll be on. Let's figure this. So, those of you who have played the previous Fallout game, Fallout 3, and no doubt have played through things like Skyrim and such, will have come across the lock. For lockpicking, it's simply that. As you can see, we press any direction apparently to apply torque with the screwdriver, and we use the mouse to rotate the bobby pin itself. And then if we really feel the urge to, we can then press F to force the lock, which will likely make it break easier. So when torque's applied, close the bobby pin to the correct sweet spot. The lock will rotate more before the pin breaks. Once it's in the correct position and the lock fully rotates, it'll then open. Yeah, yes, it's one of the things. One of the downsides is if you try and force the lock, we can permanently break it, and then we can't even open it unless we have the key. So, no. Oh. Not quite. Hey, there we go. So we shall take that, and that. I shall leave the sledgehammer. It doesn't have much value to it, and I'm not a melee weapon sort of person. Ooh. Those would be useful, but it would be stealing, and he wouldn't appreciate that, so I will leave those. Everything else here is fine. So presumably those are his. Yeah, I'd look at that. Cool. Actually, let me square those books. For the brace in there. Tubing, sensor module. I drop myself down to at least 160. The empty syringes are going to be useful. I'll keep the fission battery in there. So the conductor, get rid of the crutches. Okay, so we are now 160. Leave. Cool. So, next protocol is back to the saloon. We're going to have a chat with Sunny and see if she's willing to have a fun old time. And we can't pick these because that would be stealing at somebody's farm. Likewise, opening crates in here. So we'll leave those for now. The chat with Easy Pete.
Howdy.
What do you know about Joe Cobb?
Bad trouble.
Bad trouble. That's helpful.
Welcome. Yup.
He's a man of few words. Sonny, I need your help.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
I'm going to help Ringo take on the Powder Gang, as I might need your help.
Say no more. I'm
Well,
in.
that was easy.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo. But I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere. And Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great. A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help.
Okay. Would Chet be willing to give us his supplies?
I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the town at stake, he'd still make you barter with him.
Eesh. And Pete, what about the dynamite?
Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to convince him you know a thing or two about explosives before you handed it over.
A little short on capital while I'm here. I don't suppose there's any work available.
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
A magazine on locksmiths?
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
And the bobby pins?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
Alright, I'll have a look at the safe when I get a chance.
Always happy to help someone down on their luck.
Right.
I'll be waiting.
Later. Well, while we're here, let's just have a chat with Trudy and see if helping with the radio might give her the edge we need
Evening.
to help out.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a big risk, but I suppose you have to do what you think is right.
You should help me down in the Powder Gang. Bullets, explosions, lots of fun.
I was planning on sitting this one out, but for some reason, I can't help but like you.
Hey.
I'm with you. Let me have a word with a few other folks, and I'll see if I can't round up some more members for this militia you're creating. While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little better equipped. The general store probably has what we need in stock.
Anything interesting going on in the rest of the wasteland?
There's always something interesting going on. But the biggest news has to be the coming dust-up between the NCR and the Legion over the dam.
I'll tell you about the NCR.
The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region. But if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin.
Fair. Why do you think the NCR and the Legion both want the dam?
I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something.
Fair. They're savages. What are you telling me about the Legion?
Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory.
Fair enough.
Be careful.
So obviously we do not want to side with the Legion because they're horrible people. NCR seem okay so far.
Howdy.
Howdy. I hear you've got dynamite. It would help us beat the powder gangers.
Too dangerous. Gonna kill all yourselves if I let you touch it. Better to leave it buried. Safer that way.
And that's where the explosive 25 I put that 5 points into is going to be useful here. I'm familiar with the care and handling of explosives, dynamite included.
Uh-huh. Guess you know what you're doing. I'll go dig it up and get it ready. You'll have it by the time the fighting starts.
Thank you, sir.
Yup.
Reminds me of Big Mac from My Little Pony. Right, into the general store. Hey there, Chet, you filthy son of a gun. How can I help? How can you help me?
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
I need some supplies to fight the powder gangs. Can you help?
Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the powder gangers. That's a 1,000 cap investment you're talking about.
But, right, give me a second.
Right. Just keep me out of it. Is there anything else?
What do you know about the situation with the powder gangers?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. The town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Uh-huh. Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
Ah, okay. What else can you tell me about the Great Khans?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans.
Huh, that's interesting.
Take
Right, so I'm going to need some extra barter power. No, that's speech. Salesman Weekly, that'll do.
You looking to buy some supplies?
I need supplies, yeah. To help fight the powder gangers.
This again? Like I said, I'm against taking on the powder gangers. My supplies aren't cheap, you know.
Oh, let them take over the town. I'm sure your business will be much better off.
You made your point. I can provide people with some leather armor and extra ammo. Sure hope it's worth it. And I'll be guarding the store while all this is going on. I have to put my business first. You understand.
Coward. Let's see what you have for sale.
Can do.
Nothing immediately that's taking my fancy. I mean, I've got an energy gun, but I kind of need to repair it before I'd really feel safe using it. Laser pistol parts. I don't really have the money for it, so I'll leave that for now. Thank you and goodbye.
Take it easy.
Right. Last stop on our tour. is going to be back to Doc Mitchell and see if we can get some more stim packs. And then I might swing by the school and pick the lock on that. Oh, Doc. Hey, Doc.
Welcome back. I had hoped you wouldn't need to come see me again so soon. What can I do for you?
This town's going to be attacked by bandits. Anything you can do to help?
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Folks just never leave each other alone. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my supplies are scarce, but I'll give you what I can spare.
Anything at all. Right. Thank you very much for that, sir.
You take care
You
now.
too. Wonderful. So, with all supplies under our belt, let's go and visit the school. See whether or not we'll learn our lesson, in terms of picking locks, that is. So we'd already taken care of a couple of the inhabitants on the outside. Let's see what's going on the inside. Damn bugs. Right. I think that's all of them. Well, the egg weighs something. So I can find a use for these. I think there was a cooking recipe on grilled mantis legs. No. Ooh, another Salesman Weekly. Yes, one thing is if you press and hold for at least the tab button for your Pip-Boy, you can get a torch. Which makes looking around here a damn sight easier. Nuka-Cola truck, don't really want that. Ooh, more bobby pins, those will always be useful. And just cherry bombs. Programmer's Digest, so looks like we might have a couple of options. They did say this place had been picked over, so you're empty as well. Right, so our options are, ooh, more bobby pins. Hacking. Some terminals are protected and can't be accessed without a password. If your science skill is high enough, you can attempt to hack the terminal. So we need to guess the password to do so. We'll have 4 tries to do so correctly. If we fail, the terminal will remain inaccessible until we get the password. Exit hacking at any time and try again will reset the whole thing. Which unfortunately will mean resetting the password to something different. But let's see how we go. So, start typing. Okay. So that's fairly complicated. So we've got to try and work out what the password for this is going to be. My general rule is trying to work out which one is going to... Because what it is, it'll match one of the characters in this. So for instance, what we have here, it matched only one character, which could very well be that first E. Dealing only has that first E. Everything else is different. So that now has 2 correct. So we are then looking at something that has 2 characters that match. Let's see. Could be decided. It is not decided. Nope, wrong button. Just hit the power button and back out of there. We'll try one more time. Now, annoyingly, the first time I do this, I can easily skip a lot of that stuff it starts, but there we go. Right. That has 3. So we could be looking at the ING. But not that one then, because that would have 4. Wouldn't be that one, because that again would be 4. Could be dealing. Closer, we have 4 there. Leading. No, because that would be 5. Stating. Boom! There we go. Logic is sound. So at this point, because I get experience for everything that I do, I get in. That's brilliant. I don't need to do that. Now I can just pick the lock on this and get more experience. Turn slightly. Nope, wrong way. There we go. And more experience of that. So, that's... Ooh, a stealth boy. And a super stim pack. Again, we'll leave the sledgehammer because I'm not a hammer man. Turn the torch off. Right. That's the school dealt with. Now let's go see Sunny Smiles. Oh, there's Salesman Weekly. Thankfully I picked up another one. So don't need to worry on that part. You, sir, just standing out in the, I would presume, cold? No, you're just a settler. You don't really have any special dialogue. The dumpsters are empty. The reloading bench. So yeah, you can break down ammo for various parts. So in this case, you've got things like lead and gunpowder for pistols. Ugh. This one gives the hull gauge, lead, powder pistol, and a primer for shotgun shells. Nothing for me there. Workbench. We can recycle energy cells, so any drain cells we get, for instance. There's only one, but it's better than nothing. Overcharged. No. That will switch around. Auto-inject. Ooh, if I kept that sensor module, I can make an auto-inject stim pack. That's fine, we'll leave that. Barely taking any damage as it is. Right, so... I want to say we're ready, but let me just quickly check through my weapons and apparel. Yeah, that definitely needs a repair. Don't really have much live ammo for that. It might need that. I mean, the grenade launcher is going to definitely be useful. Varmint rifle has the most ammo. We'll see how that goes for us. Oh, apparently I haven't looked at this since I had to restart that. Alright. Oh, okay, he'd given us a few things in here. Got the lightweight leather armor. Oh, I was wearing the jumpsuit. Which gave me 2 to my speech skills, which came in very, very handy. Right, the armoured one is 8 but weighs 15. The lightweight leather armour is 8 but weighs 10. So I'm wearing that. Lightweight metal armour, it's only 12. Not wearing anything on my head at the moment, so pop some glasses on. The leather armour I got is a half condition. Only give me 6. Right, that should do. Ooh, grenade launcher, that looks good.
Howdy.
Alright, to be on the safe side, I'm going to save here. Right.
I'll keep an eye out for the powder gangers and meet up with you and Ringo when the time comes.
Cool.
Until next time.
Right. So to kick this all off, we need to go see Ringo. let's get this started. Ringo, they're here.
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree to help us?
Sonny's with us.
Well, I guess that means we're ready to go. Unless you think there's something else you can do.
Yep. Let's do this.
All right, I'm ready. I hope.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play.
How many?
At least 6. Joe Cobb included. They look pretty mean.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, Easy Pete
Hey.
came through with the dynamite. Here's your supply. I really hope I don't blow myself up. I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
Here's hoping. Alright, so my hope is with a said grenade launcher I can blow them to bits and hopefully stem a lot of the gunfights. Nope. Oh, nope. Quick switch. And now we get to see the vaults, the VATS system in action. Ooh! Ha! Yeah, he's limping. And that's all of them. And I again can't remember if they actually had this introduced in Fallout 3. It's again been so long. But yes, we get reputation in this. So depending on how good or bad you are against different groups, you will gain good and bad reputation. So as noted, established reputation with a group of people in the wasteland. Whether that's good or bad, you're finally somebody. And people associated with that group will start to react to what you've done. Then it will give you obviously positive benefits. Things like, let's see, discounts, provoked attacks from hired thugs, or just simply be treated differently. We're liked enough by the Good Springs people, but shunned by the powder gangers. There's Joe. We'll take his stealth boy. And, actually, you know, we'll just take everything.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
Wait, didn't I hear you say something about not being able to pay me now?
I did have what was left of the Crimson Caravan money, but I wasn't sure if it was my right to just give it away. I owe you more than that, though, so look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp up in New Vegas if you ever visit.
Sure, I'll be sure to do that. And now to loot all the bodies. Because, you know, survival and all that. Ooh, another varmint rifle, that'll do. What do you have? You've got a single shotgun. Amusingly, taking his armor off gives him more. Or gives him more clothing, anyway. Alright, I'm now over encumbered and cannot run, but I still have a fair amount of stuff that I can look at selling. And probably also want to look at, let's see, single shotgun. Repair that with another single shotgun. Repair that cleaver. Repair that varmint rifle with that varmint rifle. That baseball bat with that baseball bat. And that should at least give me some more money to work with. Right. Put that away. Check.
That was a hell of a fight. Let's hope it doesn't bite us in the ass later on.
What do you have for sale?
Can do.
Alright, now what I want to do... Let's get rid of that, and that, and that. I'll keep the knife, I suppose. Both use 20 gauge, but I don't really need that. Throwing spears, I am not going to use those. Alright, that'll be everything for that. Armor-wise... Ooh, +1 perception on the Desperado hat. Okay, we'll keep that then. I will sell you your leather armor back. The powder gang armor... Plain outfits... I think I'll keep that, because I don't know if I can repair the condition on the hat with that. We'll see. Keep the reading glasses, though they don't really do anything. Tribal raiding armor has a heavy weight, only for... No, I don't need that. And we'll keep the Vault 21 jumpsuit. Cool. Alright, now what do you have that I might want? Now that I have some money to use. Ooh, Gunrunner's Arsenal laser pistol, which I can definitely use to replace mine. I'll get rid of you, pick you up. Don't really have any ammo for the silence pistol, so we'll leave that. Aid, no. Misc. I'll take those, they don't weigh anything. Right, ammo, let's see. No, it's not ammo. Where does your... No, it's not apparel. Aid. Take the Xander route because it's free. Take the Sales Weekly because those books are always useful. Where did the mods come in? You had mods, right? And did I not look? I certainly had something. No, I guess not. I must have been imagining that. Oh no, don't cancel that. I want that. Now exit.
Thanks.
Bye. Now I can move a bit more freely. Wonderful. So you have wonderfully helped.
Way too many strangers coming into town these days. No offense.
None taken.
Thanks again for all your help.
No problem.
That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid good springs in the future.
I know about the way to get Prim, that's fine.
Until next time.
Just have a chat with everyone, or I would do, were it not so late they're all sleeping. Right, so with that in hand, I will probably grab the ammo that's up there, and I will head down the road and see if we can make our way to... Oh, hello, what's that? That's an interesting looking monument. I'll have a look at that next time. Alright, so until then, may you all have a wonderful night. As it's quite dark right now, there is the moon. And I shall catch you all in the next episode. So as always, please like, share, subscribe, and all that funky jazz. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.